Welcome back to the Path to Peace Therapy podcast. I'm Stephanie Buckley. Welcome back to the Path to Peace Therapy podcast. I'm Stephanie Buckley, a marriage and family solution-focused therapist, and a mother with real-life experience raising a thriving, creative, neurodivergent 22-year-old son. With over 3 decades of marriage, I blend my professional expertise in solution-focused therapy with personal stories and practical insights to help families navigate life's challenges. I am also a firm believer in the power of small things being done consistently. Today, we're diving into a different kind of emotional wellness, financial responsibility, where we help families navigate life with emotional clarity, structure, and compassion. We often talk about emotional regulation, structure, and communication with our kids. But what about money? What about preparing them for the real-world stress that comes with financial management? Today, we're talking about why teaching financial habits early is not just smart, it's essential. Why this matters. Too often, we wait until our kids are teenagers or get their first job before we start teaching them about money. But by then, habits have already formed. As we all know, bad habits are hard to break. Just like we wouldn't wait until they're 16 to teach them how to share or clean their room, we shouldn't wait to teach them how to save, give, and manage money. Starting early builds confidence, decision-making skills, and personal accountability. Introducing the 4-bank system. One of the most effective tools I love for young children and teens is the 4-bank method. Here's how it works. Saving. For future goals, toys, bikes, special trips, birthday gifts, tech upgrades, sports gear, art classes, or their first car. Giving, tithing, 20% goes back into their community, supporting a local church, animal shelter, food pantry, school fundraiser, environmental group, charity walk, scholarship fund, community art project, or a cause that personally resonates with them. Wants, for things they desire. Toys, games, treats, art supplies, trendy clothes, movie tickets, stickers, collectibles, room decor, video game add-ons, and accessories. Needs, for essentials, they take ownership of school supplies, snacks, clothes, hygiene items, bus fare, sports equipment, lunch money, water bottles, notebooks, weather-appropriate gear like gloves or boots, basic art or project materials, and reusable containers. Depending on their age can determine how much they need to contribute to these items. It can be a small amount. But by incorporating this at a young age, they learn that it is necessary to prioritize between the two. It will happen before they know it. They will be living out on their own when they will need to pay a surprise bill before they buy that new pair of shoes or stereo they had their eye on. When kids have physical jars, they can see their progress. They understand value, not just cost. They can decorate their banks and personalize them. Needs versus wants. What is a need? A need is something you must have to live and stay healthy. These are the basics: food, water, clothing, a safe place to live, basic school supplies. When saving and spending, always make sure your needs are taken care of first. These are non-negotiable. What is a want? A want is something you'd like to have, but you don't need it to survive. Toys, candy, or snacks from the store, name brand clothes, video games, going out to eat instead of eating at home when saving and spending. Wants can be part of your budget, but they come after needs. Saving for a want can be fun. It teaches patience and goal setting. Ask yourself, is this a need or a want? Before spending money, ask, do I need this to live or be healthy? Can I live without it? Is there a cheaper way to meet this need? Can I save up for it instead of spending right now? Why this matters. Knowing the difference between needs and wants helps your child spend money wisely, save up for special things. They avoid wasting money on items they don't really need. It helps to build good habits for when they're older. How do you teach your child the difference between a need and a want? Children often learn best through example. One simple and relatable way to teach this concept is by modeling your own financial decisions. For instance, if you're someone who buys coffee daily, you can use that as a teachable moment. Some people can debate whether buying coffee at a local coffee shop is truly a want. Many might justify that it is actually a need, that a coffee is needed to start their day. And maybe you do. Maybe that coffee helps you feel focused, fresh, and ready to conquer the world. But you can change that narrative. Show your child how you're choosing to turn a want into a more financially responsible habit. Instead of spending $7 on a daily coffee, make it at home and explain how that small shift helps you save for something more meaningful. You could say, I don't need to buy a coffee every day, I want to. But by making it at home, I can save that money and put it toward our family trip or a special dinner together. Let's break it down with a real-life example, coffee. If you're buying coffee every day at $7, that's $210 per month. Now, if instead you buy a bag of coffee grounds for $10, a carton of milk for $5, and your favorite syrup or powders for $10, that's $25 total, and it can easily last for 30 homemade cups. So your cost per cup at home is just 83 cents compared to $7 at a coffee shop. Not only do you save $185 each month, but you're modeling intentional spending. You can even show your kids the savings visually. Transfer that money into a savings account or goal jar and watch it grow. This helps them visually and emotionally connect to the difference between instant gratification and intentional choices. Here's the shift. It needs to be done each morning after you make your coffee at home. Show your child you are moving that money into your savings account. A few things happen here. You get a connection with your child, and you also get that morning dopamine hit because you have made the choice to save. Every time you skip that $7 coffee, take a moment to log into your banking app and transfer that money directly into your savings account. Make it part of your morning routine. Over time, these small, intentional choices really add up. And at the end of the year, you won't just have made your own coffee, you'll have something to show for it. Let's break it down. Saving $185 a month adds up to $2,220 a year. Over 5 years, that's $11,100. Just from making coffee at home instead of buying it daily. That's a significant amount of money you've saved simply by being consistent. Buy yourself a cute reusable coffee mug. Mine happens to be cream-colored with little gold bows on it. And stock up on your favorite coffee grounds, syrups, or powders to make your own specialty drinks. You're still enjoying your morning ritual, but now you're also building a smart financial habit and modeling intentional money choices for your child. It's a small switch that creates a lasting impact. Another effective way to save money is by preparing your own lunch. With today's rising cost of living, a quick meal consisting of a sandwich, drink, and chips at places like Jersey Mike's can easily cost between $13 and $19, depending on the size. Even at $20 per lunch, that's $100 per week, or roughly $400 per month. Over a year, this adds up to an incredible $4,800 that could have been saved just by packing your lunch at home. Another teachable moment is to go over with your child how many hours they'd need to work to pay for something like that $20 lunch. It all depends on where you live and the local minimum wage. For example, in some states, your child would need to work nearly 2 hours just to cover the cost of one meal. As of January 1st, 2025, the minimum wage in California is $16.50 per hour, though fast food workers have been earning $20 an hour since April 2024. In Washington, D.C., the minimum wage is $17.50. In Colorado, it's $14.81. Florida, $13, and in Ohio, $10.70. These comparisons help kids understand the real value of money and the time it takes to earn it. The power of giving, tithing. Giving back isn't just about charity, It's about connection. When we teach kids to give 20% to a cause they care about, whether that's a church, a dog shelter, or a community pantry, they begin to feel like active, responsible members of their world. Imagine this. That donation helps clothe a family whose child grows up to become a scientist who cures a disease, or supports a musician who writes a song that inspires the world, or a lawyer who fights for justice and changes lives. When kids learn that even their small actions ripple outward, they learn they matter. They also learn how to place the focus onto someone else instead of themselves. Strong and consistent habits. Start with chores plus allowance. Chores are more than chores. They're opportunities to build structure, pride, and work ethic. Why work ethic matters. Work ethic is one of the most valuable life skills we can pass on to our children. It teaches them to follow through on commitments, even when they don't feel like it. Take pride in their contributions to home, school, and eventually the workplace. Build internal motivation instead of waiting for someone else to push them. Learn that their efforts matter, even when the reward isn't instant. A strong work ethic lays the foundation for resilience, problem solving, and self-respect, all qualities that will serve them far beyond childhood. Chores are more than chores. They're opportunities to build structure, pride, and work ethic. Doing chores consistently builds routine. It helps kids understand time management, responsibility, and predictability. When chores happen at the same time every day or week, they become part of a rhythm. This reduces resistance, increases follow-through, and helps them feel grounded in structure. Receiving allowance creates a tangible connection between effort and reward. It shows children that their time and energy have value. Instead of viewing chores as punishments or meaningless tasks, they begin to understand that effort leads to outcome. This early experience mirrors the adult world, where work leads to income and choices must be made about how to use it. It also helps them feel a sense of ownership and autonomy, reinforcing the idea that they are capable of managing responsibilities and making decisions with real-world impact. Managing money from a young age forms lifelong skills. It helps children develop a sense of discipline, delayed gratification, and intentional decision-making. As they practice budgeting, saving, and giving, they learn how to set goals, evaluate priorities, and adjust when plans change. These habits lay the groundwork for future financial confidence and independence, reducing stress and impulsivity as they grow into teens and young adults. Instead of just paying for grades or randomly handing out cash, use chores as a tool to teach budgeting, patience, and choice. Culture of instant gratification versus real-life financial reality. We live in a world of instant gratification. You can tap your phone and have a show streaming, food delivered, or something shipped to your door in hours. Kids are growing up in a culture where everything feels instant. So it's easy for them to expect that results should come immediately too. But real life doesn't work that way. You can stream a show on Netflix instantly, but saving up for a car? That can take years. Want to buy your first home one day? That's not a click away. It's a long-term commitment that requires planning, discipline, and patience. Teaching kids this contrast early between the world of now and the reality of later is powerful. When we help them develop patience, understand the value of saving, and experience the satisfaction of working toward a goal, we prepare them not just for financial success, but for emotional resilience too. The parent's role. Another powerful way to teach long-term saving is to make it a family mission. Choose something meaningful to save together, a trip, a pet, a special item, and create a separate family goal jar just for that purpose. This shared savings effort teaches kids more than just financial habits. It teaches teamwork, sacrifice, and vision. Kids learn by watching, so model what it looks like to give up a personal want for a bigger goal. Maybe you skip your favorite coffee run or takeout meal and recreate it at home instead. Then immediately transfer what you would have spent into the family savings account. Each week, take time during dinner to review the savings jar or account together. Let the kids help calculate how long it will take to reach the goal. Watching the progress grow week by week helps them connect consistent effort to exciting results and reinforces the value of patience, persistence, and commitment. Don't rescue them when they overspend on candy and don't have enough for that toy. This is how they learn natural consequences. It's far better for them to experience small disappointments now than big financial mistakes later in life. These moments teach budgeting, prioritizing, and the value of planning ahead. Do celebrate when they save for something special on their own. This reinforces positive behavior and builds intrinsic motivation. It teaches them that patience and planning lead to meaningful rewards. Celebrating their effort boosts their confidence and encourages them to repeat those habits in the future. Be a coach, not a critic, because criticism often falls on deaf ears. When kids feel judged or shamed, their defenses go up and their ability to process feedback shuts down. Coaching, on the other hand, invites trust and partnership. It helps your child feel safe, seen, and supported, which opens the door for real growth and learning. Raising financially wise kids isn't about giving them everything. It's about giving them the tools to manage what they have and the heart to give when they can. Money is emotional. It's tied to safety, self-worth, and stress. When we teach kids how to manage money early, we're not just helping their wallets, we're building peace. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with a